Hello, and welcome to this training on adding an awarded grant into the Grants Management System. My name is Stephen, and I'm with the Rhode Island Grants Management Office. In this video, we will discuss the two ways you can add an awarded grant into eCivis: when the award is already listed in eCivis and has been added to a project, or when the new award was not previously set up during the application phase. Let's start with what to do when the award is already listed in your project in eCivis. First, go to your project dashboard and locate the grant you have been awarded. You will see a series of radio buttons under the grant information. Select I have received my award notification and I have been awarded. A grant status grant awarded form will pop up. At a minimum, you will need to complete any fields with a red asterisk, as well as the internal grant name field. So you'll first complete whether this is a competitive or non-competitive grant, and the date that you received your award notification. You will need to enter the RIFANS line sequence into the internal grant name field. If you have more than one line sequence assigned to this award, you can enter all of them separated by a dash with no space. So in this case, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Please follow applicable Rhode Island Office of Management and Budget policies and procedures to obtain the line sequence if you do not have it when saving or assigning the grant. You will need to come back and update the grant with this information. Your agency may not initiate any grant-funded transactions until the line sequence assigned by the OMB is entered into the internal grant name field. Leave the internal grant ID field blank for the Rhode Island Grant Identifier, or RIGID number, which is a unique ID created and populated by eCivis. The RIGID will be populated in this field overnight by eCivis once an award is moved to the grant awarded or funding allocated stage. Other fields with red asterisks are pre-populated by information that was entered during previous award stages. You can fill in any other fields for which you have the correct information at this time, and the Grants Management Office recommends you add as much information as possible. For further explanation of the data fields, please see the Adding an Awarded Grant to eCivis user guide. At the bottom of this page, you will see the allocation option questions, which apply to the amount of pass-through funds you want to allocate to subawards and sub-projects or child projects, respectively. If you need to pass through some or all of your award funding to external recipients, select Yes for the first question. You can then enter the amount of funding, up to and including the entire award amount, that will be earmarked for pass-through. If funds are not going to be passed through to subrecipients, select No. Then repeat this process for subprojects. Both pass-through funding and subproject allocations can be edited or changed at a later date if needed. Use this last section to upload your notice of award and any other applicable documentation. Once done, press Save. You will notice that the award is now in the grant awarded stage. Let's discuss the process for when you receive a notice of award for a grant that has not yet been added to your project in eCivis. From the eCivis homepage, go to the Research tab and select Search for Grants. Using this tool, find the funding source from which you were awarded funds. More details can be found in the How to Search for a Grant in eCivis user guide. If you cannot find the funding source, you'll need to create organization funding. Instructions for org funding can be found in the When and How to Create Organization Funding user guide. For this example, I will be using an award located through an eCivis search agent. Once you have either located your funding source or created the org funding, click on the Save Assign icon. Then you will either need to assign that grant to an existing project or to create a new project. Do not save the grant as unassigned. If you choose to assign the grant to an existing project, a list of existing projects within your department will pop up for you to choose from. If you choose to assign to a new project, you will need to enter the new project details. For either option, you will then need to select the funding status. Funding statuses will be different depending on if it is a competitive award or not. If you select Yes for Is an application required for this grant, you can then select Application Submitted from the drop-down list. Application submission details will pop in for you to complete. Fill out the required and necessary information and hit Save. From here, the process is now the same as if you had moved an existing grant to the awarded grant stage. Please follow those instructions from earlier in this video. We hope this video has provided you with some helpful guidance on how to enter an award in the GMS. If you have questions related to this training, please contact us at doa.grants@doa.ri.gov. Have a great day.